Hey everyone, I'm Max Smith, and this is my movie review to Skeleton Key. Hello, I'm back, and these are my thoughts on the movie Skeleton Key. Okay, so a three-part review. Part one, the plot. Part two, things I liked or didn't like about the movie, awesome scenes and whatnot, and of course, my final thoughts. So let's get started. Okay, so the movie goes like so. There's a young lady who's working at a hospice. She loses a patient, and then she loses the will to work at this place because she wants to really, work at a place where someone actually cares, or where she really truly cares for somebody, and it really matters. So she gets this job down in the bayou of, that's right, the bayous of Louisiana, outside of the New Orleans. Yep. And then the movie rolls on to her getting this job. She gets this job, and then she finds out about this thing called Hoodoo. Doesn't believe it at first. Starts believing, and tries to get the guy to tell her why that he wants him to protect her from his supposed his wife, who we later find out is not his wife, but actually these two African American couples who have been switching bodies for the last couple decades, the last couple centuries, because they found the spell on how to live forever, but there was a price. They had to switch a body with someone younger than them at a certain time. Otherwise, they would, go on to the afterlife. So yes, there's a price. Do they want to live happily ever after? Who knows? You have to watch the movie yourself. So that's what it's all about. So move into the scenes I liked. I like the scenes where they have her, sort of starting believing and do this kind of mystic rub to get the guy to talk again, find out what's really going on. And then there's the scene where it's like, the doors like. But then there's the scenes where it's just like a little bit too long drawn, some of the thrill scenes. It's a little bit too far drawn out. Like the scene where she's freaking out, and it's like, just some scenes where she freaks out, they just carry on a little bit too long. But then there's the scene where they do the flashback scene. So the way the kids did, when they said the kids died, they weren't lying, because the kids did die, because they switched places with the two African American couple. And then the back scene like, and so this whole little thing surrounded the hoodoo, not voodoo, which she made the mistake of saying. And so it's harmless to those who don't believe, but if you believe, it can be deadly dangerous. And then the woman with the white eyes, wow, that was freaky at the gas station. Freaky. And then the guy popping out of nowhere. Like, what? Where'd that guy come from? Of course, the alligators and the hoodoo shop being behind the laundromat. That was cool. And she kind of walks right in, saunters in, man. And those scenes I liked and didn't work for me. But it was crazy. So that leaves my final thoughts. It was awesome. It wasn't the best thriller I've seen. There were some good parts and some real like, oh, really? You had to use that as a thriller scene? Ugh. There's some really downer parts too. Overall, if you're in for a decent movie, I'd say watch it. I definitely recommend it. But if you're someone who really wants a really good thriller, I would recommend this. In fact, I give it 3 out of 5 stashes on the stashes scale. That's mustaches, that is. Well, I'm Max Smith. That's my thoughts on the movie The Skeleton Key and my fellow CGFX Cinema Clubbers. See you all next time, and can't wait to see what you have to say. Peace out for now.